Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, for the first time, we're seeing new videos now of what may have started these fires in the first place. And they seem to point of
science fiction. Laser weapons teeter on the precipice of altering modern warfare forever, unleashing the power of light speed and unconstrained by ammunition or conventional kinetic defenses.
It's all part of the investigation as the heartache here just grows.
New video surfaces raising questions as to what may have sparked the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history. FEMA, the Red Cross, and the military all on the ground.
I can tell you it's going to be a long and costly recovery, but much of that work will be done here with our local people.
And watch as this security camera captures what could be an early trigger in that devastating wildfire. August
flash, and I think
threats, small.
This morning, as the death toll continues to grow on Maui.
Flash, and I think
against counter UAS, counter unmanned aircraft system.
There's a flash, and I think that's when a tree's falling on a power line.
Sky, not to worry, it's the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers conducting coastal surveys. And they're being done using a contracted aircraft equipped with a light detection.
Ranging system, the lasers are...
Residents near Oahu South facing shores between Barbers Point and Diamond Head might see those broad beams of green light across the night sky. It'll happen between midnight and 5 a.m. from Friday, April the 28th through the 30th. Officials say brief exposure to the light is not harmful to the unprotected eye.
Very unusual sight captured on camera. Japanese and local astronomers say a Chinese satellite was recently seen beaming down green lasers over the islands. This video captured atop the Subaru telescope on Mauna Kea, operated by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan. Bryce Moore has the story.
The lasers
Flash for just a couple seconds. Initially thought to be from a NASA altimeter satellite. The Japanese put out a correction.
We're looking at exploring the capabilities that
directed energy has to offer. Threats, small.
111 people now confirmed dead. Hundreds unaccounted for. Search and rescue teams have covered 38% of the impact zone.
Threats, small, man-portable systems. Air Force
wildfires. Ariane Tilly is here to verify if those images are legit or not.
The wildfires that swept through Maui are the deadliest in U.S. history in more than a century. At least 100 people have died and more than 850 are missing. On social media, people are speculating about what could have caused the fires.
Continue to be the primary firepower solution worldwide, as the targets that will most fit the profile for a laser attack.
About what could have caused the fires. One trending theory is that the fire started due to an attack from a directed energy weapon. Online.
Today, the Navy and other military factions and manufacturers across the globe claim to have reliable, efficient laser solutions for the need of modern warfare.
Around the globe, U.S. Air Force aircraft fly into harm's way. Laser weapon systems offer air crews an unprecedented ability to protect themselves and other assets and increase overall combat effectiveness. Lockheed Martin is bringing this capability to the warfighter sooner rather than later.
Except at 10:47 p.m., a day earlier, you hear a witness describe a flash that might be a tree falling on power lines.
Technologies, like a network of tactical infrared sensors.
Critical advantage is their lightning fast speed
smallest and fastest drone boats without threatening other ships
at the speed of light, enabling almost instantaneous target neutralization.
Diverging from conventional munitions, directed energy weapons require no physical projectiles, eliminating maintenance costs, resupply needs.
Waikiki Brewing.
No harmful byproducts, and pose no threat to the surrounding area.
Sorry for the dog.
In the conventional footage, no beam is visible, only the boat succumbing to the unyielding energy of the weapon. However, the searing light beam is revealed in a series of infrared images, cutting a path from the weapon to its ill-fated target. Though widespread use remains on the horizon.
There's a flash, and I think that's when a tree's falling.
Groundbreaking laser weapons are ready to reshape the harrowing conflict in Yemen, proposing them as the solution to the fearsome Houthi boat drones that have plagued the region. The powerful laser weapons developed by the US Navy are just one example of how the world of military knowledge has been increasingly focusing on directed energy weapons as the next great evolution in battlefield technology. Directed energy weapons, including high-powered lasers, represent a cutting-edge weapon system with significant advantages over conventional kinetic solutions. These advantages stem from the unique properties of directed energy, which enable it to deliver precise, rapid, and scalable effects on the battlefield. One of the most remarkable benefits of directed energy weapons is their pinpoint accuracy. These weapons can emit a highly focused beam of energy, accurately aimed and adjusted in real time, allowing for the selective engagement of individual targets. Consequently, threats can be neutralized with minimal collateral damage, reducing the risk of harm to
MauiBurst. MauiBurst now available in 12-ounce cans and 12 packs, exclusive to Dollar General.
Continuing down Front Street.
It will focus the sun's beam in a deadly red.
Take a trip through here, so this would be movie theaters.
Umbrellas and trees untouched. So this is what we're gonna go after. These umbrellas right here. We got all the devastation right next to it, but we got these umbrellas and these trees.
Theaters or so. With unparalleled precision, speed, and versatility on the battlefield.
Watching these hillsides at night.
However, despite the technology's awe-inspiring features and immense potential, its development has faced a turbulent journey, and it is believed that the technology will introduce its own set of significant...
The smoke kind of at a sideways trajectory. I will pan more to the right to see the fire. I start to come into the wind, and you can see the drone kind of picks up speed.
Indeed, another significant disadvantage is their high cost. As time progresses, their development has become increasingly expensive, partly due to efforts to address the dissipation issue. Engineers have been compelled to create more specialized and complex optic systems, capable of compensating for potential particles in the air that could diminish the effectiveness of the laser beam. Despite the sometimes sluggish process, the technology has not stopped moving forward.
As incredible and powerful as the technology appears to be, its development has dragged on for several decades, going back to its emergence in the 1960s. It appears as though the technology has as many inherent obstacles and limitations in its way as it has promising features. One of the primary disadvantages of directed energy weapons is their limited range. Typically, these weapons have a much shorter range than traditional ones, like missiles or artillery. Such a limitation can hinder their effectiveness in specific scenarios, making it challenging.
From what I'm being led to believe, and it just makes logical sense, right?
Yeah, it's almost like there's an incinerator nearby and they just dropped the car off.
Right, so I'm going to turn the camera on what we're walking up on right now. I want you to notice there's a vehicle that's been here since the beginning. It wasn't dropped off here, obviously.
Look at the chair's not up.
You can see here
it's sitting in the middle.
This is the highest the burn got. Right here, it did not cross the highway. If you look over here, this is the bypass. You can see none of that grass is burned over there, so start to draw some logical conclusions.
Oh, look at it.
We're going to show you some more things as we're walking along here.
How did that not disappear?
Home village standing.
If this melted, how did that cone not completely disappear? Because if you look at this vehicle, and I want you to notice the burn the amount of grass, as you can see, that burned and the char marks. This car is basically completely surrounded by gravel, and you can see a small little flames right here when this grass burned. Yet when you turn and look right in this direction, besides seeing Dylan, my technical cameraman, you can see this car. And for all you scientists out there that have been sending me images and you're asking me if they're real, I'm here to tell you, in Jesus' name, what we're showing you is real, live on YouTube. So if you enjoy content like this, we ask you to please immediately like this, share this, and subscribe to the channel. Why? Because you are our only hope of getting this out to the world through the YouTube algorithm. This is a tire that is gone. These are the braids of steel inside the tire. Look at this particular rim. Is it safe to say these are aluminum?
Look at the windshield. What's that?
Are these aluminum?
Yeah, that's cast aluminum wheels.
Cast aluminum wheel, you can see it melted.
And the windshield on the inside?
Look at the windshield. That is a windshield right there that is completely melted.
Where cars were all
we have some jumper cables in the back of the vehicle. We have some cast aluminum here that's pulverized.
It's just dust.
How is that possible for a grass fire that did not come from this direction? Because you can see there's nothing that's been burned over here. What could cause that type of destruction when you have a grass fire on this side that obviously didn't connect? But even if it was a grass fire,
and it's still only half burned. I mean,
yeah, you can see there's even some grass over here that's still standing. It's not even been burned. So even down below, directly below this, you can see some wood fence posts that were burned, but you can see all that grass is still good. So how do you get this car this hot?
Brewing.
In the comments section, I need to hear from you guys. Honestly, I need you here in the comments section. There's some smart people, and I'm not talking about, I'm talking about some intelligent people out there that understand physics, science, melting points, not the nonsense people. We need to just silence the nonsense for a moment. We need some real scientists, some real professors around the world to check in right now and help us understand what phenomenon, right?
Yeah, it's an anomaly or whatever you want to call that word.
Right, but this is just one vehicle. This is what we're seeing in all.
Oh, there's the window down there in the middle.
Where's the window?
Down in the crack.
Oh, you can see the melted window down in the crack.
It just dripped down in there.
It's just dripped into the, you can see that. I don't know if the camera's picking that up for you. But I've had people reach out to me from around the world asking for these types of images, detailed images. And by the way, thankful that the sheriffs have left. We asked them if I've said, hey, if you guys love your country, allow us to come in here and grab these images. And they've left, and I'm so thankful. And I told the sheriff, said, hey, I'm thankful for you guys because you're sworn to protect the Constitution. You've got more power than anybody in the...
Yeah, thank God they left the area.
And thank God they left the area. Yeah, and we're so thankful that they did. They had these stern looks on their faces, man, because we're just like, what law prevents us from having access? Why can the media not have access to this? Why is there a fence? Why are there checkpoints? This is melted copper?
Yeah,
these are the jumper
cables.
So
what people are familiar with seeing, this is how hot it got. This literally destroyed metal, and I mean the spring had no integrity at all. It was just no resistance.
You can see this. What do you think this is? Is this the tranny?
Wow.
What is that?
The aluminum?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it had an aluminum gas tank.
But look at all this. Came all the way out here.
Yeah, that's not just heating and melting. That's liquefying, which is
liquefying. That's a whole other level.
Probably like 1,500 to 2,000 degrees. Look, so that looks like a cell phone.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. What do you guys think? Talk to me. Share the video. Call Joe Rogan. Right?
Yeah.
Somebody call somebody with way more social media clout than I have. And we're not. The Rock. Where's The Rock at? Where's the PGA at? Where's the people at? Where are the people that love this country? They're going to help us solve this mystery and are going to allow us to have access to what they're doing over there. There's still a TFR, temporary flight restriction, still in place to this day. We cannot fly a drone over that. We've been in touch with the FAA since the first day. We have provided a statement of work
Laser weapons herald an era of unparalleled effectiveness and sheer devastation. Capable of traversing vast distances nearly instantaneously, environmental particles
obstacles to the development of technology. The fact that one of the most advanced weapon systems on Earth
can be foiled by the simple emergence of mist has become one of the most unyielding.
As such, the U.S. Navy has meticulously crafted its laser solutions to dominate the fierce battleground of the high seas. In a recent development, the Navy and its partners unveiled their state-of-the-art cutting-edge laser beams in blistering action to the world. The footage showcases the laser weapon mounted atop the U.S. warship USS Portland. As a high-speed boat menacingly approaches the warship, the energy weapon locks onto its target and then fires.
Such as smoke, dust, water, and clouds to engage distant targets. Laser weapon development in particular,
to induce relaxation and alleviate pain.
So what Sandra did was to initiate a opiate-releasing pattern. That's a burst-firing field that was stimulated once every 4 seconds. And that produces relaxation and a very pleasant sensation. Similarly, using the appropriate field, we can induce fear and apprehension. Clearly, that would be unethical in that setting.
Dr. Persinger's tests suggest that carefully programmed electromagnetic frequencies can tap into individual brains and influence people's emotions.
The cognitive processes of the human brain are really quite simple. And if you understand how they work, you can make entire populations think and decide no matter what you wish.
Many experts are skeptical of such an Orwellian scenario, but Persinger thinks the implications are chillingly real.
Suppose you generate a field that produces fear, fundamental fear, in large numbers of people. And then over the television or traditionally, as you say, the reason we're having this fear is because of this particular group. And now you start to move the population believing in a direction that you wish.
To influence 250 million people, the equivalent of the entire population of the United States, may not be that difficult. According to Dr. Persinger, we already have the technology, satellites and television, and radio transmitters. Mind control may already be happening. We know the mysterious PSYOPs plane can beam persuasive sounds and pictures into people's television sets. Will it someday beam disturbing frequencies directly into the mind? Mind control will be the ultimate non-lethal weapon.
The research is led by Dr. Michael Persinger.
Basically, at any given time, all experience is due to those portions of the brain that are most metabolically active. If we can simulate that by applying complex, meaningful magnetic fields to the brain, we can also induce those experiences. If you stimulate the deep portions of the temporal lobe, so you can get very, very vivid imagery, and the emotional commitment or the emotional sensation that something is profound, real, cosmically real, and personally significant.
These experiences are so strong, they're utterly real for the person who has them. They can be as profound as a religious conversion, yet we can generate them with a machine. These mind games are beginning to shed their secrets. The scientist becomes the shaman. But where are the limits? What else can people be made to believe?
But one thing is really clear. You can control the person's experiences, and they don't know they're being controlled. And they don't know they're being controlled.
And they don't know they're being controlled.
Science. You don't know science. I know science.
Huge puddle, I didn't. Right? .399 Front Street, place Alfie used to live, right out in front of Shark Pit, gone. to call this the Battleship House. Okay, so this is also interesting. A couple cars here that were completely burned up right next to one of the townhomes, and you can see the melted metal. So that was a really hot fire for sure. These cars are completely burnt up. Makes sense because it's, you know, it's right next to a building. I'm sure that fire was really hot. But then you do have a car here that was also next to that same building that did not fully ignite. It's just kind of melted in the front. Really burnt up. Glass. And like I was showing you before, it has, I don't know, I think that's, I'm not sure what kind of metal that is, maybe an aluminum that melts a little bit easier than the steel. But right next to it, it's of the wind, so there was extremely high winds that day, even in this community. You can see the, here's another tree that was blown over by the wind.
Whatever it is that caused this, which we don't know, is still trying to cause havoc on this island as we speak. So this threat's not over, the story's not finished. And it's because God Almighty has allowed us to have this type of access